Okay, ladies and gents, welcome back to FTRL for a brand new season. We are here tonight for the newly formed F2, and we are here for round number 1 at Bahrain underneath the lights. We shouldn't see any rain tonight, but joining me in the commentary booth is my old mate Panda. Good evening, Will.
Hello, Aaron, you alright?
I'm very well, mate, and we've also got Blue Flag, aka Simon. The pleasure of a trio tonight.
Woo, trio!
How you doing, Si? You good?
Yeah, good, man. Excited.
Yeah, man. Well, a very good turnout. Obviously, this time of year, must be said, all of the divisions are full. But at this time of year, obviously, holidays and whatever else come into play. So, bear in mind, there'll always be a couple of absentees each week. But yeah, we've got a lot to get through. And we can do it whilst looking at this spectacularly stunning new game. So first of all, we all competed in the F1 race last night. Mixed emotions, you know, bit awkward. But overall,
it was a bit.
Yeah, overall, how was your first experience of the game, should I say, in a competitive form?
Well, I mean, I did really enjoy it. I do prefer driving these cars than last year, so it was good fun. Everyone was nice and clean, apart from a certain someone on that one. But apart from that, everyone was lovely and clean, so it was just a good, enjoyable race all around, really. Yeah,
I mean, I'll take the heat on that. What about you, Si? Obviously, your first race up in the top division, the marquee division of FTRL.
Yeah, it was tough. You know, it wasn't easy. I was just happy to make it to the end on the lead lap and warning free.
Yeah, well, happy days. So, right, I think there's obviously a lot of things to get through. There's going to be a lot of... I've just noticed there's a lot of FTRL names in here.
Yep.
There's like a big... We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7... Is it 8 I can count? Or am I not counting
7.
8?
I mean 8, 7. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
8.
I mean, that's... yeah, I like that a lot. That's pretty much half the grid. So we've nearly got a 50% chance of someone winning this with FTRL in their name, which will make me incredibly happy. People in the stream, welcome along. Hello. And please leave us plenty of comments. We'll try and get through as much as we can tonight. Let us know who you're supporting, what you think is going to happen. But without further ado, gentlemen, let's go through the driver lineups for the season. So we'll kind of go one at a time, really. So our first pairing is FTRL Oxy, or Ox as we know him, and LR Cooper. What we're feeling about that lineup? Obviously, one driver we know, one person we don't. Si, what do you make of that lineup?
Well, Ox we know from the old Div 1, now F1. He's switched up his assists for this game and sort of taken a voluntary relegation, if you like. So be interesting to see how he gets on with that. And Cooper, as you said, sort of an unknown quantity. I think we had him briefly for a couple of races in the past. Didn't really see too much of him, so yeah, quite keen to see how he gets on.
Yeah, I mean, it must be said, Cooper was formerly known as, I think it was SSR Cooper. He was considerably slower then. I don't think he'll mind me saying that. He seems to have found a lot of pace to when he first started, but that's again just kind of kudos to him really for putting in so much time and effort into the game. So, right, next pairing.
We've lost Cat and Mees already.
Oh, we've lost Cat and we've lost Goy. So they're both going to start for the back. Now, that's controversial for Catamies. We'll come on to Cat in a little while. Right, we've got Ferrari. So we have got Stocky, who is unfortunately absent this evening, and Nexus Aspect. Will, what do you make of this pairing?
Well, Stocky, of course, evaluation race, he got pole, fastest lap, won by about a minute. So he's been everyone's favourite really for the title ever since. He is missing the first 2 rounds though, so you've got to bear that in mind. And Nexus Aspect, I have no idea about him. I don't think I saw him in the evaluation race, so we'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah, I mean he's just slowed down considerably towards the line. He's on the soft, so I think that might just be a bit of a banker lap for him, just something on the board. He'll be aiming to beat that. And right, so let's move on to the Red Bull. So Red Bull, Simon, I'm sure you'll quite like to talk about this pairing. It's a double FTRL pairing, so it's FTRL Pagani and FTRL Bottle, formerly known as Hammer Time 95. But this pairing, I'm sure you will be keen to talk about, mate.
Well, I mean, they're a quite well-known pairing. They've been with us. Well, Pagani's been with us from the get-go, pretty much, and Hammer Time we've had for, is it 2 seasons now? This will be his third, is that right?
Yeah, this will be his third.
Yeah, so yeah, made his debut with us in season 8 and did rather well. Got himself a first season promotion up to F1. Didn't stick it out though. He left us halfway through the season to focus on other things. I think he just lost interest in the old game. But yeah, he's back now. He's got a fresh approach to it, raring to go. And Pagani, we know extremely well, obviously part of the admin team. Yeah, he's found a new lease of life as well in all forms of racing game of late, and he has spent a lot of time since he got the game on Thursday on F1. So
yeah, well, it must be said,
wait to get going tonight.
Yeah, motivated Pagani. I've always said that from when I first started league racing back on F1 2016. Bottles off. How was he not retired? How was that not retired? How was that not retired? His car. That is unbelievable.
It's a very spongy ball.
Yeah. Wow. Must be said, Pagani back in the day was the man to beat, and a motivated Pagani is an exceptionally good Pagani. So let's just hope that this wonderful human being can finally find that little bit of form and luck that he deserves. And I think he's going to find himself right at home this season. But gentlemen, I have to skedaddle very briefly. So if you can continue going through the teams for us from Renault, I will skip to who you are speaking about, but I'll be back in just a few moments. Next up is Renault.
Right then, sorry. Cat and
so Cat and Jasper, yeah. Again, 2 drivers that were both in and around F1 last season. I think Jasper reserved for a couple of races, and Cat was a regular. Both of them coming down to Div 2 or F2. Sorry, I've done it again. Bad Simon.
First warning.
Yeah, I'm going to get my arse kicked for that one. Yeah, both coming down to F2. Cat, I think, sort of took it voluntarily, but again, if both can gel with this and, you know, get their heads down, I think this team could actually be a pretty decent team on its day.
Yeah, I can see where you're coming from there. You just mentioned both F1 drivers originally, so certainly got some pace about them. It's always a bit inconsistency with these two, so yeah, take an eye on them out. I think you're right there. So what we got next? The Haas team, the Nexus Boys, Nexus Iceman, and Nexus Cats. What do you know about these?
Yep. So they've carried on in F2 from last season. Both of them were probably last season consistently coming sort of low to mid points finishes. I think Iceman got himself a podium somewhere along the way, so he showed that if things go his way, he could factor. So yeah, it'd be good to see if these 2 boys can kick on from what they had last season.
Yeah, I don't really know a great deal about them, as we said. with F2. I know that, as you mentioned, Cat, they got a fair few sort of points last year, just picked up along the way. I know that Katz has been very confident on Twitter, must be said. Before the race, he was complaining that his team weren't there. He was one of the favoured 4 teams to the title, so he's feeling confident, it's fair to say, and hope they can go pretty well in the Haas.
So, on to McLaren, and it's team admin.
It is
Joe and Hammer Time.
Yeah, it must be said, I think it's probably a pretty consistent team, that, with Joe and Hammer Time. Hammer Time does tend to miss a few races because of his work and such, that's the only downside going on there. Joe used to be sort of mid F1 pace, so if he can find some of that again, I reckon it should be a pretty decent team. And I think it might have been 2 seasons ago, maybe 3, FTRL Hammer Time was sort of looking on the latter end of promotion, so it should be a fairly strong team, that.
I was going to say, if his sort of pre-season showing has been anything to go on, Hammer Time could well be a dark horse for a podium or 2 this season. He's looked pretty speedy.
Definitely.
So in the racing point, we have Steph and LR Deneen, both currently 5th and 6th in the qualifying standings at the moment. Steph, we know he's been with us for quite a few seasons now, and he's a good personal friend of mine. I don't know a great deal about Deneen, it must be said. Don't know if you've seen or heard much about him.
No, I've not heard of him, but he's put in a pretty competitive time there, 30.1 on the mediums. It's a bit quicker than Steph, but then Steph has turned off all of his assists.
I was going to say, he's turned everything off, so a brave move.
Yeah, he used to be, before his internet and his PS4 confined against him. He used to be, once again, with Hammer Time really on the edge of the promotion. So if he can just get everything working properly and learn his assists, I reckon he should have a pretty decent season.
On to Alfa Romeo, Michael C and Spurge. So Michael C, I believe I think he was a no traction, no ABS user before anyway, but I think for this season he's also turned off the racing line.
Yeah, I believe you're right there.
So that could make braking zones quite interesting if he misjudges one of those. But yeah, he's been with us a long time as well as Michael. On his day, normally goes quite well, doesn't he?
Yeah, he was part of my team last year as Williams, and he did bring back a few points before he sort of lost interest with the game later on. And Spurg, I think the only reason he doesn't have the most DNFs in FTRL history is because Cat's raced longer. But Spurg, if he gets rid of those DNFs, he tended to qualify in the top 10 back in F1 when he was there, so
I was going to say,
them,
it's the when he was there part.
Yeah. A while ago. Yeah, so it's definitely a bit of an unknown team really, with all the assists turning off and everything. Toro Rosso, FTRL, Don and Bendel. What are your thoughts?
Right, well, I think Don was possibly one of the surprises or revelations of last season's F2 division. I say he was pretty much brand new to it last season, but as the season went on, his sort of race running just got better and better, and I think he finished off the season with a couple of P8s.
Yeah, I think Japan reminds me of that. He was very strong there.
Yeah, he's very good round Japan. And Bendel as well. I think he improved massively in Season 8, and it didn't quite carry over to Season 9. I think he just had a few unlucky races and things like that, but yeah, I think that these two could be regular point scorers.
Yeah, they were. You said Don has really been improving a lot. He's impressed me not just in F1 but also in GT, to be fair to him. So he's definitely getting a good grip of these driving games. So I reckon he could go pretty well. Bendel once again, as you mentioned, he was sort of getting a lot better. He was rapidly improving and then stalled. I think he switched onto a wheel. So, but yeah, I mean, he doesn't crash a lot, as Bendel, even though there is a corner named after him here. But he doesn't. So yeah, they should be able to pick up some points just for sheer consistency, I think. And then we've got, last of all, the fan favourites, Williams team with Goikarp, just trying to make sure I read that name right on the Discord, and Speed Metzer. Or he's just called Metzer now. What are you thinking?
Well, Goy, we all love Goy, don't we? Yeah, it'd be nice to see him actually finish some races this season. A lot of the races he showed up for last season, you know, we've had a couple of like unlucky incidents and things like that which caused him not to finish races. So a bit more luck this season. Be nice to see him, you know, pick up a couple of points. And Metzer, again, he was with us for a little while back in season 8, I think it was. Yeah, again, he was he scored points every now and then when he was here. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see what he's been up to in the season he's had out and where we can kick on in this season.
Yeah, I think Goikarp, and me and him have chatted about this actually. He tends to beat himself in races. Really, he's going along fine, and then he'll just, you know, lose a bit of focus or whatever, and just spin it. But he usually ends up. He's definitely been improving. It's fair to say as time's gone on. And then of course we've got Metzer, who you said used to be battling with Pagani, I think, quite a lot. So if he can keep himself out of the wall, stay motivated, he should be on pretty well. And I believe we do have an Aaron back now as well.
We do. Perfect timing. Good job, gentlemen. So I had urgent matter to attend to. I'm just on board with Pagani, who's on the softs, and he's coming down to complete a lap. So I'm tipping Pagani could be pole position here, providing he takes this final corner pretty well, which seems like he does. He's pitted, must have invalidated. It looked like a very strong lap for Pagani. Yeah, nevertheless, it's a fantastic job. And Mr. Joe Burns as well, starting P2.
That's not bad at all.
So all LR Cooper's gone second, so we've got a Mercedes front row.
That's a really good time on the mediums, that's close to Zach.
That is a very good time.
I was saying, we saw last night the Ferraris split their strategy and the Mercs are doing it tonight.
And that's also...
Well, the last runner we've got is Jespo, who's come around the final corner now, but it doesn't look like it's going to be a particularly fast time.
I mean, I believe the lap that Ox has just set is faster than the lap Tico did for pole last night.
Yeah. Okay. So there we have it. So we have a Mercedes front row lockout with Ox taking pole and LR Cooper taking P2. We did kind of expect Ox to be right up there this season, but then again he has gone to limited the amount of assists he uses. So he's always said that his one lap pace has been pretty strong, but whether he can do that over the course of a race remains to be seen. Anyway, right, so Cooper's alongside him. Then we've got a second row admin lockout of Joe Burns and Pagani. Michael Sieg going from him in P5 with Iceman in 6th. Metzer and LR Deneen occupy the 4th row with prototype Stefan Bendel rounded off the top 10. Then Donzo slots in at 11th, probably the nicest position to be, with Nexus Cats in 12th and Nexus Aspect in 13th. Bottle in 14th, and we've had no times from Goikarp, Katamise and Jesper, so the Renaults have got it all to do tonight. Okay, so gentlemen, it's coming towards that time now. My excitement is building quite a lot. I've been getting more kind of hyped as the day's gone on. With all of this preparation that's gone into organising of the divisions, and the first week of the season is always very exciting. So people in the stream, let us know who you think the podium's going to be and in what order. And I'm also going to put you two gentlemen both on the spot as well. So who are you tipping for the podium tonight?
need to remember the grid first.
We can wait until the formation lap starts if you want. I know, Will, you've got to take us through the formation lap, so you know.
Yeah, real formation lap to sit here and experience one.
I think Cooper on the 1 stop will beat Ox on the 2 stop. Ox will come in second, and I reckon Pagani will come in third.
Okay, right, I'll get yours in a second, Si. So give you time to think about it. But Will, take us away.
Yep, so we've got FTRL Oxy, former F1 driver. I think he's the only guy doing the 2-stop bar Michael C. So, you know, he's going to have to fly through those stops, but it is possible, especially if you get a lot of battling in front. L.R. Cooper, his teammate, in second, was driving in F3. We had a space, we offered it, and he snapped up the opportunity. On the mediums, very strongly placed, only a few tenths off Zach, he should go well. Joseph Burns in third, the admin of the league, along with Hammer Time. He's in the McLaren, missing his teammate, but I think they'll be fairly happy with that for a return to Formula 1. We've got FTRL Pagani, as Aaron said, he really has found his motivation again. It's good to see, and I reckon he can go pretty well, to be honest, in the mediums. Michael C, he's going to have a pretty hard day, I imagine, with 2-stop without the assist he was using. He's going to have to drive pretty quickly and consistently to get that up there, but I'm sure it'll be alright. Next is Iceman in 6th. Si mentioned that he might have sneaked a podium last year. He got a bit of pace, maybe a few crashes up front, he could sneak it again. Metzer in the Williams in 7th. He's back again. He's had a decent amount of pace as well, so he should be alright. We've got L.R. Deanman. I'm going to mess that up. Don't really know what to say about him, haven't really seen him around, but he seems to have qualified in the top 10, so it should be okay. Got Steph in 9th, turned off all the assists, let's hope his internet holds out for him in 9th. Got Bendel in 10th, into Toro Rosso, gets in the top 10, just out qualifying his teammate Don. Going through Bendel's bottleneck as we speak, where he managed to bottle a podium, so that's good. Got Don in 11th, his teammate, ever improving throughout the season. We've got Nexus Cats in 12th from the Haas, very confident, hopefully he can make his way to the points. Aspect, the only guy starting on the hards. If he can go nice and deep into this race, the actual pace difference between the hards and the mediums wasn't that much. So if he finishes on a nice soft tyre, he might be okay. FTRL Bottle in 14th. He'll probably be a bit disappointed with that, but there you go. I reckon he'll find some pace just by driving around. Got a Carp in 15th. Does out-qualify too, but only because he retired earlier. But yeah, he usually beats himself if he can keep calm. He should be able to get some decent points. The 2 Renaults in 16th and 17th, very poor qualifying from them, but we know they've both got some pace driving in F1 last year.
Beautifully timed, beautifully done, as always, my friend, but we are getting ready for lights out for the first time this season in F2. Watch those 2 Renaults at the back because they typically get very good starts indeed. But we are 5 red lights and away we go. Looks like Ox has had a very good start indeed. But Cooper has probably got an even better one by the looks of things. Pagani's going to contest it to make it 3 wide. Oh, Ox has run deep. There's a little bit of contact. Pagani's contested it. But Pagani's got the jump on Joe Burns.
Oh, we've got a yellow flag. There's a Toro Rosso going through a barrier in the back.
That's Donzo. Yeah, he's not at the best of times there as Don. Oh, there's a little bit of carnage back there.
Pagani side by side through the yeses.
Yeah, here we go. Going to leave him in the room, is he? Gives Pagani a little squeeze. Yellow flag, sector 2. That is Jesper.
Yeah.
Jesper and Catamies. No.
Oh no. Oh no. Where's Cat?
Yeah, no. They both had contact, and both the Toro Rossos have as well. So both Renaults and both Toro Rossos have been round. So.
I messed up.
Goy Carp up a couple of places. Nexus Cats is up 4 places already. Yep. Attacking his teammate. All eyes on those front 2. Cooper has taken the lead from Ox, but Ox is on the softs, and I imagine it will come back at him very quickly indeed. Pagani with L.R. Deanman who's up 3 already as well. He seems to find himself in this little pack. Could be one to watch. Anything you've spotted, gentlemen?
Nothing too much other than what you've seen. I mean, obviously you've had the incidents down at the back. Both Toro Rosso's dropping.
Metz has just gone past Cats there. Cats must have had a terrible run out of the final corner. without DRS.
Elard Deneen going to run the outside of Pagani at turn 1, but Pagani gives him a squeeze. Fairly done. No problems with that whatsoever, but he looks fast. It's very racy. Does Deneen. Now what they don't want to do is squabble too much and let those Mercs get away.
Yeah, we've seen how quick they were just in qualifying, so if they can back that up in race pace, it's going to be a bit of a problem for Pagani and Joe.
Exactly. Well, FTRL bottle was right on the back of Nexus Cats, and Nexus Cats has gone off.
Oh.
And he's rejoined. And he's run wide again. This will allow Nexus Aspect.
Yep, Bendel and Jesper have both pitted.
The two Nexus boys going side by side into turn 10. Nexus Aspect, can he hold it? No, Nexus Cats looks very wobbly indeed, it must be said.
Yeah, once you've sort of got a bit wobbly on the first lap, it can be hard to regain your focus, to be honest.
Yeah. Now ERS management.
Had a good lap and a half. He's up 5.
ERS management, excuse me, is a big thing on this game. Now, it seems to be you do get so much more of a better launch when you pop the car up into overtake, when you've got more battery to deploy. So that's going to be something to keep an eye out for. I've certainly noticed the difference.
Oh, Ox on Cooper. Towards the inside is Ox. Looks like he's got a good run.
Yeah, I don't think Cooper's going to fight this too much. I think he's going to know that Ox is on the faster tyre. They are teammates at the end of the day.
We did see Tico do a pretty miraculous one stop, to be honest, on those softs.
Yeah, that was special. But typically, I don't want to say too much, Ox isn't renowned for being amazing on tyres. Must be said, Goy Carp going well, P12, closing down Nexus Aspect.
Yeah.
It's nice to see that from Goy though. Typically, Goy would have... He used to kind of just sort of pull over, let the field go, and then just race his own race and see what happens. But it's nice to see him actually just trying to go for it. Now the closest battle on track...
I don't quite know how it's happened, but that Williams looks so nice on the game compared to
it's beautiful. Yeah. I think the Williams looks beautiful.
Yeah.
Right, well, Pagani has got just shy of 90% battery. Joe Burns has 49%.
Ooh.
So Pagani knows what he's doing with his management.
Yeah, he's watched a certain video.
Yeah, he stayed within touching distance. FTRL bottles on the back of Iceman now. Now I do have a rev glitch for him, so I probably won't go on board with him too much.
Yeah, those Hasses look nice as well, actually.
They're beautiful. The Ox has pulled out 6 temps.
Is Bottle going to get the run?
Goy Carp could have a run here. Goy Carp's going to have a run here.
It is. Look at the straight line speed.
Yeah, it's insane, insane speed from Goy Carp.
Runs
very deep into the corner though. Yeah.
He's not used to overtaking, to be fair.
Come on, Goy, get back on the track and carry on.
New experience.
But missed an overtake here. Met Michael C. Both know each other from the GT Sport division as well. They've raced together in that before. Catamese is very close to Donzo, but Donzo just holds him off. The Mercs are staying close together. Deneen's staying very close to Pagani, but they built a 3-second gap to Metza. Pagani has run wide out of turn 10, yeah. Pagani setups are normally pretty good for straight line speed, so I imagine he'll be a bit of a threat with that as the race goes on.
Yeah,
must be said though.
That makes his own setups, Pagani.
So, yeah.
Well, another thing about Pagani, his fuel light's already on, and I do remember him saying a couple of days ago that he was probably more than likely going to underfuel the car this season.
Okay, sorry, there's a very intense battle for P7. Yeah. The two Hash drivers, Michael C and FTRL Bottle.
Yeah, we've got a train.
We have a train. We have an FTRL train.
There it is, we've all said it.
Michael C's in already, so he's definitely on for the 2-stop.
Oh, that's not really gaining.
Oh no, he's got next to no battery. Bottles, that's a rather big lunge, isn't it?
Yeah.
Cat's around the outside. Is he going to... Oh, lovely move.
Just about at the
he's held that well.
Good move.
Very, very nice indeed. Yeah. Who have you got it with?
That's
Bottle?
interesting. Yeah, it's interesting. Michael C on the hards. In the practice races, I was very comfortably getting soft medium, and I'm rubbish on tyres, so interesting. I don't know if he's trying to go to the end, maybe.
I mean, if he does, fair play. I vaguely remember him going like a stupid amount of laps at Hungary on the hard tyre on the last game. Now, I'm very much, I know there are closer battles on track, but I'm very keen on this one for third at the moment, because the Mercedes boys look very comfortable out ahead. But this, to me, looks like it could be any one of these contesting for the final spot. They don't seem like they're pushing each other too much. Just quietly going about their business, waiting.
They just seem quite content just following.
They seem
trying to go around the outside and bend all bottleneck, and it's scaring me.
Yeah.
Bottle, he's trying to get him round there, but it's a not place to do it. But he's going to have a good run here coming onto the final corner.
Well, I'm watching Nexus Cats. Bottle's not had a great run at the final corner, neither's Cats, so he's a little bit of understeer on the exit there. Bottles, he's not even going in slipstream, he's not bothered about overtaking at the moment, I don't think.
No.
Oh, he's broke very late though. But we won't actually go over braking late at turn 1, let's not discuss that.
No, we're not doing that.
Nexus Aspect. We've got a lovely helicopter shot, Nexus Aspect.
As we said, Don is keeping within DRS and Cat on the same tyre, so that is showing some good pace from Don.
Certainly is. Oh, Nexus Aspect nearly hit the back of Prototype Steph there into turn 8. That was very, very close indeed. And again.
Yes, Steph's braking points might catch Aspect out at some point. I know Steph's gone to no ABS, so he's braking earlier than he would normally do otherwise.
Bottle's got very close to Iceman.
Yep. In the nicest possible way, I don't really want him to be involved in too much action because I've got that rev glitch.
Yes, yeah.
So anybody watching, I'm not going to do any on boards with FTRL Bottle because
Dineen's got a great run out of that final corner on Pagani. It's closing.
Pagani straight line speed though. Dineen, is he going to go for it?
He's up the inside.
It's a measured lunge.
Yeah, do you know what? You can tell he's an experienced league racer with a move like that because what he's not done is overcommitted to that. So good on him.
Just showed him the nose.
Yeah. Let him know he's there. Pagani is experienced enough to not give a monkeys about that.
Yeah, it's
I was going to say Pagani won't give a monkeys about it, but he knows that Dineen's got the intent, and he's telling him you might want to get a move on and get past that McLaren.
Well, going into this race, I was thinking that Dineen's a bit of an outsider for a good result because I've seen some of the times he's set around some tracks on like time trial, and that doesn't necessarily mean much, but you can always show some form of intent that they do have pace.
I think that tyre swing's starting to happen between Ox's soft and Cooper's medium.
Right.
We saw it about this point last night between Tico and Zach.
Well, Ox is you can see what he's trying to do. He's definitely trying to go for that one stop to hards. Katamise
seen Tico do it.
Is close to Goy. Relatively close. Nexus Aspect is close to Steph. There's no point taking a look into the final corner because you're going to have DRS.
As you said, Goy's pace so far has been a dramatic improvement from last year.
Yeah, good on him. Nexus Aspect right on the back of Steph. They're going to go side by side into turn 1.
Bottles past.
Nexus Aspect's gone very deep.
Just got it slowed down.
Oh, Steph, is he going to hold it? No. Just about got that done.
It's worth remembering that Aspect did start on the hard tyre and was the only man to do so in this race.
Yes, very good point.
Good one, Si.
Yeah, well done, Si. This is why you're here. Me and Will were too thick to remember that.
Yeah, we are.
Me and Will get distracted by flies. So. Oh, guys run deep into turn 8, but his wider line fortunately gave him some good traction out the corner. The Catamies looks quick behind him. Oh, Steph.
Yeah.
We have a train.
People out. I'm not going to say it this time. But yeah, Bottle is past Iceman. Made a very, very conventional move into turn 1. So he's having a good race compared to his qualities, Bottle, it must be said. Yellow flag.
Boys run wide.
It's Metza.
Oh.
Bendel bottleneck.
Yeah, there it is. My favourite corner on the track. Oh, Goy's passed.
I say he covered behind his teammate.
Pits up.
Unlucky for Metza. Yep. Ox is in, so he's going to go on the hard tyre. Let's go and see what tyres everybody is on.
Yeah, that is exactly the same strategy Tico did to come home only 2 tenths behind the reigning champion, so he should be pretty good.
Yeah, must say, Joe Burns going well at the moment as well. The F2 admin.
Yep. Still got. I mean, that's how you can tell that these two behind him are incredibly experienced league racers because they're just sitting in the DRS.
Oh, Steph's gone round. Turn 1.
Oh, Steph.
Any damage, or was it just a spin traction?
I think it was just a traction spin.
Unlucky. Next aspect. Well, Catamies were struggling to get past Goy, and now he suddenly moved up 3 places. So that's better from Cat. I would expect him to gain a lot of positions in this race. He's certainly got the ability to do so.
Joe, 25%.
Ox's race is going to hinge on how well he deals with that gaggle of cars in front of him. Because they're not going to be pitting probably for another 3 or 4 laps.
There's a fair few of them there, isn't there? Yeah, as I was saying, Joe, he's going to really struggle actually towards the end of this race because it's very difficult to gain your ERS back, and he's already down to 27% because he's dragging Pagani around.
I think it's very much a split opinion in terms of ERS management. I seem to get on alright with it, but I know a lot of people are struggling. So it's it's just a lot more realistic than what it was in the last game.
Goy is lining up a move on aspect. And there's that straight line speed again. Now, can he get it slowed down into turn 1 this time?
Yep.
Yep, he's learned his lesson from before.
That is a legitimate overtake on stream there.
That is 2 legitimate overtake on streams Goy's had. Right, LR Deneen's had a moment because he's now 2.2 seconds behind Pagani. Last time I checked, it was about 7 tenths. I think Pagani is in a very good position here. I don't think he's too fussed about overtaking Joe because he can save his battery, push when he needs to. I think he might try and get an undercut on Joe as well, which will cover him off. And they're only a handful of seconds away from LR Cooper, who effectively is possibly in provisional first here, depending on Ox, but...
Well, Ox is going by Donzo now, down the back DRS straight. It's on 11.
A little question for you now. So, as you said...
Oh, LR Deneen. Is that a puncture? Front left?
That is a puncture.
That is a puncture.
Wow.
I mean, it hasn't fully deflated, but it's on its way.
Well,
that's weird.
That's very strange. Okay.
And Iceman's in as well. He's just got past him.
Well, that's very unfortunate because he was going very well indeed. Pagani and Blue Flag, not Blue Flag, Pagani and Joe Burns.
God, you are excited.
I am. I'm sorry. It's race day. Oh, Goy Harper's been overtaken. Yeah.
Yeah. As I was saying earlier, so why would Pagani? Because he obviously not be able to go into Rich. Why would he choose to underfuel his car?
I think he was saying something to do. If you run Rich for too long, it really has an effect on the engine temperature.
Yeah, it does.
Found on this game.
Pagani, I think he might be weighing up a move soon because he's pushed and he's got up to just 3 tenths behind Joe now. So is Pagani going to look to Get as close as
Still got a
possible
full
and pit.
battery.
Battery.
I'm a bit
Ooh.
concerned with the tyres now after seeing that. Must be said.
That's another word I like how you say, Si. Battery.
Battery.
Yeah. What was it you said last
I'll
night?
put it on.
Vehicular.
Vehicular.
Oh, vehicular. Fantastic word. Pagani,
Right,
what's he going to
both
do?
in.
Oh, Cooper. He's got a stop go.
Oh, that's big. The boys aren't going to know this though. Right, Ox, let's keep an eye on him. So he's coming around the final corner.
He also got held by Joe and Pagani in the pits as well. He's lost even more time as Cooper.
Look at
So
Ox,
that's what
speed!
the
Speed! Unbelievable pace.
Oh, well, Ox has regained the net lead.
By
He
quite
has.
a distance.
I was going to say he's got a massive jump on
He
the
has.
guys behind.
Very good decision.
Must be said, the tyres at the end of the race, a lot of the guys in F1 were saying that they were absolutely spent,
Yep.
the hard tyres at the end, and he's gone 3 laps later than most of them, so he's really gonna feel it towards the end unless he can manage it in the nice clean air.
Well, Joe Burns and Pagani are net second and third at the moment because of Cooper's 5-second stop go. That'll get added to his time at the end of the race.
Yep.
So effectively, they're battling for P2.
Yeah, under fueling does mean that he's probably just happy to sit in Joe's DRS really for the time being. Joe on the mediums. I know it's just a visual glitch. It's fine.
Right, Deneen, after his puncture, is currently running P10 and he's right in the back of both the Nexus cars.
Yep. Double Haas. And he has
such
to get
better
past these
traction.
two as quickly as possible. I'm here all
In the
week.
clean air, he should be able to at least close up a little bit on Pagani.
Oh,
They're
that's...
going to run side by side through the bottleneck.
He's done very well there. What a move.
Good driving, good driving.
Unbelievable. Oh dear.
There's a tap.
That was Katz's fault 100%. Don't know to
alright,
point
both
fingers, but
survived.
yeah.
But you have.
Oh, Pagani. Here he goes. Pagani's mounting his challenge.
He's had enough of
friends.
looking
He's
at
had enough.
Joe's gearbox.
Pagani's like,
He's going to get on with it.
sod this, I'm out.
He's probably decided, right, I'm going to try and catch Cooper. And
Yeah.
Joe's in the way.
I think Pagani's probably thinking, right, well, yeah, you're slow. Let's go.
Jessica is having an absolute nightmare.
He's having a stinker, isn't he?
Spin on the first lap, and he got a stop go. So,
LR Deneen, he looks fast. I must say, it would not surprise me if this guy gets a few podiums this season and potentially a couple of wins. I really do think he's quick.
yeah, it reminds me of when we saw CJ hop into. I'm going to say it was Div 2 then.
Div 2 at the time. Yeah, no, that's fine. That's acceptable. We
Yeah,
can roll with
we're
that.
okay with that.
Yep.
Good. But it reminds me of CJ when he hopped in. Immediately showed everyone he had pace and racecraft. So he should get on pretty well.
LR Cooper in overtake mode for Vendel Bottleneck, going for Donzo. So he's pushing.
I'll say, no, he's got that penalty. He's got to do something to try and negate the effect of it.
Now, does he need to make the move here?
No.
He doesn't need to.
He doesn't, but he's doing it.
Don's basically stopped on the outside line.
I think Don's going to pit anyway. Yeah,
Yeah,
good guess, wasn't
those
it?
tyres are done.
Right. Pagani 3.1 seconds behind, but
Oh,
practically a full battery.
Got a good run out the final corner here. Just going to try and make a move on Iceman.
Yeah, this is going to be a move into turn 1.
Oh wait,
Wow.
he's got DRS as Iceman.
Oh, he must have been ahead. Oh,
Deneen's made the move into the
Oh.
last corner, hasn't he? And
no assist users, Deneen, you can see. With his lock up and his mini traction. Yeah, he's had an unbelievable launch.
look at that.
What a run. He spooked Iceman into turn 1. He spooked him.
It's like that video of that guy that flicks down his sunglasses and just goes, see you later. That's exactly what just happened there.
That was a clever move, that. Just sort of sticking his nose in.
Are you on about the Arriva Benny gif?
Right, we have Michael C in a Williams sandwich.
Tasty. 9 laps. He's going to have a real struggle towards the end of this race.
He is indeed. But we saw Deneen get a...
on the medium.
Oh, okay. Controversial. Yeah. If Dan Summers is watching this, he's going to love us going,
Garni, nearly 7/10 from Joe Burns now.
Yeah, he's slowly, but Joe's doing a good job, just sort of hanging in there. Joe seems to have, whoa, goy! Oh my word!
You've been better off going around that gravel trap.
Wow. I mean, that was like, he basically nearly jousted him. But, nevertheless, a good effort from Goy.
Right, well that's one thing that Michael C hasn't got to worry about for now.
Right, Nexus Iceman also looks like he's got very good racecraft because he had the door was open for a lunge there on Deneen. He left enough room, but he's sort of did what Deneen did prior to that on Pagani. Just kind of showed his nose a little bit. This has been a very exciting race so far. There's a lot of on-track action.
We've got some, and we've got some experienced guys in here, so yeah, good racing all round.
Yeah,
I have been saying it's going to be very competitive this season.
Yeah, with F3 opening up, we've got so that's our new starter division really, is F3. So F2 has now gone up a class really.
Fully established. We're going to call them middle class drivers.
Someone's going to get offended.
Obviously you're in F1, Will, so you're definitely upper class.
Thank you.
Oh, sorry, I had to. Right, well those Haas boys are still very, very close. Deneen's struggling to get away from them there.
Yeah, a lot of DRS tow.
And I can see a wild Catamese lurking.
He's been bringing it back up after his early spin. He's in a decent place as well with his strategy, so he should be able to get some points. I mean, he's already in a point.
Oh, yellow flag sector 2. Immediately on to Goy. It's not Goy.
It's Steph.
It's Steph.
Same corner, same place. Oh, nice man. Side by side.
Deneen.
Still side by side. Still side by side.
There they go.
It's really, really good racing between the two of them. Can they hold it round this corner?
Brilliant race this. Oh, lovely move. If he can now... Yeah. Great move. Big fan of that.
Some really good racing between these two, must be said.
As glorious as that move was, I also feel like the actual racecraft from Iceman was brilliant on that as well. Just as good.
Yeah, held it, and he didn't lunge it up the inside once he'd lost the move as well.
No, so. Right. Now, looking at this, Pagani is now 4 seconds behind Cooper, so he's definitely losing time. Do you think Pagani's maybe...
Well, he's still fuel saving.
I say he hasn't recovered that fuel still.
Yeah, I think he'll be sensible. I think he'll know what he needs to do. Yeah. He's probably got a plan, Pagani. Oh, Cooper. Nexus Aspect is in the pits.
Oh,
so Cooper...
I say Jesper's night just keeps
got a whole lot worse.
Down.
Oh, Goy Cup.
Aspect only got 16 laps out of those tyres. But they did do a quali, I suppose.
Deneen's going to have to defend from Iceman.
Here he goes. It's a carbon copy of last lap.
Deneen just holds it around the outside. He seems to get such a great run out of the second turn, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Catamese is getting closer.
We're going to have a look his Iceman. It's sent him wide.
We're going to have some cat-on-cat action in a second.
Cat fight.
Cat fight, yes.
One of them spelt with a C, and one of them spelt wrong. So, actually, they're both spelt wrong.
One of them spelt with a C. Isn't that how cat spelt in the first place, Will?
I meant a K.
Oh.
Oh.
That's not done your credibility any good, is it?
No. I'm not sure how high it was to begin with, but... Yeah.
I don't know if Iceman's had a moment there where he's just done a little bit of a weave. This is a proper train now. And I imagine Nexus Aspect is going to catch up to this pretty quickly as well.
The Haas guys have been stuck together, to be honest.
Yeah, Guy Carper's caught back up to Michael C.
Yeah, well, Michael C's been battling with Metzer, and I think those two have been slowing each other up.
And the hards, 12 laps for Michael C.
Ooh, Catamies. No. Now, Joe Burns has got very close to Pagani again.
Yeah. It's like a bit of a Sunday drive, these two, isn't it? They only really bothered to overtake each other.
We're having a great
once.
time. Literally not bothering the slightest. Guy Carp, another legitimate overtake. Michael's gone to the pits, so it doesn't count. That's 2.5 overtakes for Guy.
Like I say, it was a half move.
Do you know what though? Jokes aside, Guy is still well in this race, and good on him.
Yeah.
Typically, we would have seen Guy probably where in the position that Steph's in, and that's not being rude or disrespectful. It's the truth.
So a lot of the time last season, Goy would have had an incident at turn one.
Cat's gone
Cats
for
have
it.
sent it.
It's on his team, mate.
That was a full send on Iceman.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't remind me at all of what happened last night. Two Hasses, one of them sending it on the other one.
Well,
No.
he channeled his inner Magnussen there.
Yeah, or he's in Aaron, as we're now going to call it.
Iceman's coming back at him now. He's got to go around the outside of
Oh,
11.
what a move.
What a move.
Oh, it's all going on.
Getting a bit moist.
Yep, all this race is missing is a switchback now, and then that's me done.
Yeah. You'll just end the stream.
Yeah, just retire the league. It's not going to get any better than this. Catamies, ooh, there he goes. Here comes the cat fight.
We don't want any naivety.
Do you know, if someone just made a compilation clip of all of the noises we made in this race, it would not be good, would it?
Oh,
It's
this is
like
not
Lee
going to
said,
end well.
the claws are
This
out,
is not-
hashtag cat fight.
This is not
Oh
going
dear.
well.
He's gone for it.
Well, it's a measured move from Catamies.
That is measured.
I didn't think I'd say that.
Oh god. That's not.
Oh dear.
Don't know.
I mean, he was
If
on the
lost
curve, in
traction-
fairness. Yeah.
Yes, we might have lost traction. Joe's also got very close to Pagani.
Joe Burns is flirting with Pagani's backside.
Steady
Don't
on.
want to lower the tone of the stream anymore.
Well, I mean, I haven't, because it's a true statement.
Take him out to dinner first.
Yeah, it's just your filthy mind.
Yeah, it's entirely me.
Well, I'm going to actually have a check on the stream comments, because there's a lot of stuff going on, and I've paid no attention to anybody.
It's too exciting.
Yeah, it's been great. We've had a comment. The first one I saw was from Terry, or FTRL Hammer Time, saying, "I am not middle class." FTRL Oven saying, "This commentary is brilliant." Lennon saying, "I'm definitely not upper class." Now that's completely true. Lee Cole saying, "Claws are out, hashtag catfight." That's how Hasses overtake, boys, take note. I'm going to ignore that. Napola's in. Good evening, Napola.
Oh, it's a terrible pun from Dan. I'm not even going to read that out.
God.
Danina
not
Dark
reading that
Horse.
Someone
for a
was going to do it.
I'm not reading that out.
Yeah.
Ravers cheering on Goy.
Yeah, well, Dan said Deneen a dark horse for a good result, and then he's put a nice Aaron. I don't understand it.
That's probably a comment you made.
Is that going to be something to do with a possible commentator's curse? I don't know.
I don't know, unless he's making up words. Right, Catamies
Cat
is attacking.
on the other house. Yep, going for Iceman.
He's got it done. Oh, that was close.
No
Good
Lennon,
stuff.
no retirements. It's been a very, very good race. so
Well,
far.
you've jinxed it now.
That's it.
That's it now.
I'm blaming Lennon.
We're going to see a pile up and a safety car.
Part of me does want to say that, to be fair.
Yeah.
Part of me does.
I'm just. Do you know
just
what?
wants anarchy.
And I'm not even saying this in a patronising way. I'm really pleased that Goy's in this race, because he's been saying he's going to be
delighted.
miles behind. What you got to think about is people had the option to move down to F3, and Goy was towards the bottom of last season's Division 2, and the obvious choice for him would have been to go down to F3, and he's chosen not to do it. And he said, if I go down, I'll go down fighting. And do you know what I mean? He wants to at least try and earn the right to stay in the division, and on this evidence, I think he will.
Yeah.
So good on
Big
him.
on 3 points.
Joe
Someone in the
Burns.
chat that's made me laugh then.
I need to have a look.
Read it. Lennon's gone, no retirements. Dan's gone, well done, Lennon. Then Lennon, I know I finally learned how to read.
Right, breaking news, Pagani's fuel light's not on anymore.
Well, here we go. This is where it all starts.
Cat's made a move on Iceman.
I mean, Cooper's protected himself for the time being. He's got the gap above 5 seconds. He's got that drive through, remember?
Yeah.
Drive through, stop go, I mean.
Got your car up half a second to his teammate now. Is Metzer going to see the pace and just let his teammate through?
The only problem is, Guy's going to have to pit again.
Oh.
I know I've ruined everyone's day and possibly week, but
You've ruined it.
now I'm going to stay with this battle.
You've ruined tonight for me.
Yeah, I mean, LR Cooper looks like it looks like the Mercedes boys have got P1 and 2 nailed on. Ox winning the race as we thought might happen, but I wouldn't, given what he's been saying to me and whatever else, I wouldn't be surprised if there are a few kinks in the armour this season.
Yeah, he has. I think he's gone well in.
Oh, Joe Burns, he's getting closer.
Oh.
I mean, don't send that there, Joe. Jesus Christ, no.
Well, he won here, of course, in season 4 and clinched his FTRL title.
Yes. See, look, another good bit of knowledge. That I wouldn't even have thought about that.
Statman.
Yeah. Besides, you want to run the league? Because I can't remember nothing.
God, he's gone deep.
That's the only reason you've got me around.
Hang on, Goy Carp. Could this be a lunge? No.
Unless he just accidentally outbroke himself.
Accidentally on purpose.
If that wasn't his teammate in front of him, would he have gone for it?
I don't think so. Go back
Racing
6
incident.
months, 100%. Yeah, racing incident, no further action.
But yeah, Cat is having a pretty good recovery drive to be fair to him.
Right, and I've just now seen that my other half is now in the stream
I was going to
comments.
say, Aaron, have you seen the last comment?
For God's sake. So this is it. This is where. Can I just say, off the record, excuse me, ladies and gents watching this, because there are now ladies watching this. I'm trying to, separate my home life from business. Yeah, I'm playing with my friends. Leave me alone.
We've had 2 comments immediately put in from Lee and Lennon. You should replace Aaron in F1.
God's sake, take Aaron's seat. Napper, we're going to join. Hashtag Charlotte for F3, for God's sake.
That's Aaron over.
That's me done.
Momentum.
This is breaking news. This is the final stream ever for FTRL. Thank you all very much. Oh.
I think it
Boy had a run there. We're going to go in on the softs. Or come out on the soft, should I say.
Fastest lap for Guy. Here it comes.
Oh, that'll just be literally the best ending to a race. To a really good race.
Bringing back the fastest lap point just for Guy.
Right, it looks like
Bendel
it
has
is.
done 21 laps on the hard tyre.
Right, okay.
Oh, the stream chat's gone wild.
Oh, God. Bless you.
Hashtag Charlotte build the wall.
God.
Hashtag Charlotte to run FTRL. Hashtag females can race
Hashtag
too.
Charlotte Terry. Hashtag females can race too.
Hashtag Charlotte future F3 champion from Co.
Oh God, Dan's gone CFTRL, Charlotte's Full Throttle Racing League. God's sake. You don't know what you've caused.
This is just snowballing now.
1 hour a week, that's all I ask for. God's
Anyway.
sake. Yeah, right, anyway.
6/10 the gap between Joe Burns and Pagani. So stayed about level.
Well, it definitely is a battle for third, that one, 100%, because Cooper and Ox have just run away with it.
So,
Must be said, FTRL Bottles had a fantastic race, getting himself back up to P5. Considering he started really low.
Good drive.
Yeah.
Guy Carp, 4 tenths behind Michael C.
We're going to have to go with him as well, because he's...
Oh, Bendel's gone round.
Oh no, not the bottleneck.
Is it? Is it?
It is.
He's lost
Oh,
his
it
wing.
is. It's the Bendel bottleneck. It's happened.
Claimed the man it's named after.
Oh, God.
If it was anyone else, I wouldn't be laughing, but...
Oh, Bendel's
Can't help
bottleneck.
myself.
Well, he's got a left rear puncture as well. I think that's probably what's done him. I did
Wow.
say he's just done 21 laps on this tyre.
Wow.
Going up to the outside of that straight line speed.
He's insane.
Ridiculous.
Pace from Goy.
What's he done?
Can he hold that around the
Michael
outside?
C.
There's some serious wheel banging. But Goy with... he's not going to have DRS.
No, Michael C did get a little bit over to
I'm gonna-
one side of the racetrack.
I
now.
didn't think I'd say this for a long time, but I'm going to stay with this battle involving Goy.
And he's not being overtaken. Although Metzer is directly behind him, so maybe he is. Cat is closing in on Deneen, 2.2 seconds the gap. Deneen
Yeah.
not really closing in on Bottle, it's staying about the same.
I've not seen an incredible amount of penalties, I must say.
Jesper's
No,
not.
I think the bulk of them have gone to Jesper, unfortunately.
Michael C has got the other vote, so Goy can't. He's going to finish ahead of Michael C on penalties anyway.
I know Goy's got at
He
least
might
one
do it
or
on
two.
track.
I know Goy... Oh, his massive send.
Oh, he's still well not to hit Michael C, to be fair. Ah. Joe Burns, 3 attempts. He keeps to get close during the DRS, but he's never close at the start enough to get past him.
There was another noise for the compilation.
Yeah. Oh, that was the Goy
Metzer.
Carp. Goy Carp's edition of Roy Keane lunge.
Oh,
Oh, he's been
Next
done by his
past
teammate.
Goy.
let's see this straight line speed. Oh,
Here we
Michael
go.
C.
Michael C's gone very wide indeed.
He's a
Goy
long way
Carp.
back.
He's only in medium ERS.
He's
I
going to
think
let him
he's all
battle out, I
Michael
think.
C's going to go for it. With Metzer in the turn 1. Goy's licking his lips. Oh,
he's
what a
had a
run
good run.
Goy's had.
Oh, he's
He's
Oh,
got...
Goy.
Yeah. Is this
Send
going to
it.
be a send? No. Stand on board with Goy. Michael C's back in that Williams sandwich.
So he obviously liked it the first time round, so he's
Yeah.
going to come back for more.
He's fond of being that filling. In between the Williams style bread.
Yeah, Lee, great recovery drive from Bottle. Definitely. Very, very
Yeah.
good job.
Oh, Goy's had it.
Oh,
Yeah, here we go.
he's not got DRS as Michael either.
Oh, here we go.
Even just straight line speed.
Yeah, there it is. There's the pace. There's the
On
apex.
track.
There we go. That'll do.
Michael C. He's coming back.
Oh,
He's
they're
not on
not,
the
are they?
track.
Oh my god.
Or Cat and next to Iceman. Cat's had a moment because Iceman's caught back up to him. And he's gone past him, but Cat's
I mean-
got the run.
Aaron, I don't
Yeah.
know if you saw that, but would that go down as a switchback from Michael C?
Yeah,
Ooh.
I wasn't quite
Yes.
on board with it, but yeah, it would. Here it comes.
Cat down
The
the
set's
straight.
complete.
Oh,
Aaron's
he's
happy.
in. Yeah, he's into hot lap.
Or,
Here he goes.
or,
Oh, he's got
oh,
to.
look at.
Oh, he's got to. Oh. God, why? Why would you? Yeah.
Send it. He's had a decent run.
Oh, he's had. Yeah, he has.
He's got DRS to get. He's
Oh,
got
he
him
has
here.
to. Round the outside, Goy. Oh, he's gone up the inside.
It's a brave move, Michael C.
Oh, it's
Oh.
massive amount of
Oh.
contact.
Oh,
I mean,
he's not letting him back through though.
I mean, it did look like, in fairness, Michael turned across Goy there. I think Goy was ahead for that corner.
That almost looked like Schumacher on Villeneuve.
Yeah.
Napola's rooting for a driver that isn't racing onto the podium.
Well then, Napola. Good attention, mate. Well played.
Oh, look, Michael's gone.
Michael always smashed the polystyrene board.
Oh, he's a
And-
big spin.
Jesper's lurking. There we go.
Gold
Right.
Carp, 13th place.
The pressure of being near Goy Carp on track.
Can't, but Metz
Oh,
picked up
big
the time
Metz.
penalty.
Oh,
Could Goy
that's-
get him?
No, I think Goy's got a couple himself.
Oh,
Right, we're going to have
I
to
think
go
I've
back.
seen at least 3 go Goy's way.
Next suspect is on the back of Nexus Cats. We've got a 3 Nexus car train.
I know, it may seem that we are a little bit biased towards Guy, but we've been rooting for him for 3 seasons.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
All jokes
It's
aside,
just great
one of
to see
the
him
best
battling.
human beings you'll ever meet in your life.
Yeah.
So we want him
nice
to do
guy.
well. Wonderful man.
It's just great to see him battling.
It is. We've just been wanting it for so long, haven't we, with Goy? Because he
I
put
think
so
he'll
much
enjoy
time
this
into it.
tonight.
I can't
He
wait
will.
to hear him after the race because I think he's going to be over the moon.
Put him into the Guy car. Get him in. Next aspect. He's on the mediums, but they're doing a long. So I imagine the probably pace difference between those 2 tyres isn't that different. To be honest.
Well, we haven't seen much of the Mercedes drivers, and apologies to Oxox and to Cooper, but there's not really been much of a reason to go on board with him. It's been so commanding.
Joe
So it's
Burns
normally a good sign.
is still behind Pagani.
Well, credit to people like Steph and to Bendel. Not had the best night of the office, but they've carried on. Next
goes
aspect, here he goes. Oh dear. No.
Not quite.
He's critical on fuel.
Sent it around the outside.
Oh, he should have switched back. Should have switched back there. The opportunity was there.
You just want to switch back every time.
Yeah, I just always like to recognise the opportunity for a switchback. Honestly, I would much rather, if I was like in a battle for a win, but then someone was attacking me, I would genuinely slow down just to try and do a switchback on them. Like if I had pressure from behind, even though I was putting the driver in first under pressure, I'd have to slow down, try and do a switchback, make them overcommit. It's just the best feeling ever. Next aspect. Yeah, could he? No?
He's thinking about it.
Could we see a last lap lunge from Joe Burns on Pagani?
I think we're going to have to.
He's closer than he's been.
I say he's closer this lap than he's ever been.
Oh, that's like from Pagani as well.
Yeah.
It's going to be very, very difficult.
Pagani's going to have that inside line. Joe Burns to possibly nab that final podium spot from Pagani.
He's
Pagani
giving
down
him
the
a squeeze.
inside.
Pagani's stuck.
Traction.
Kept his nose in.
Oh.
Some very, very intelligent racing from Pagani, not to just immediately. put
Which
the,
one of
lamp
these
on.
two is going to join us on the podium?
Could he do it? Could he do it? Could he?
Switch back.
Oh, Joe's covered that off well, to be fair.
Yeah.
Good
This
defence.
is it though. I thought that was El Ardenine behind him then, but it's not. It's prototype Steph. Pagani, I think his last chance is really going to be at this DRS straight coming up.
Yeah.
Joe Burns in hot lap at the moment. Pagani only in height, but Joe doesn't
Might
need to
as well be
overcommit
using-
to this corner.
He has done a bit.
Right, where is Oxox? Yeah, Oxox is going to come round to take that win, but
I'll keep an eye on these two.
well, Oxox, as he so often does, comes around the final corner to claim the first win of the season at Bahrain, and does it in absolute style.
Oh, Steph's just shot off behind Pagani.
Brilliant job
Bendel's
from
bottleneck.
LR Cooper as well. Excellent job. Pagani, Joe Burns, what a fight, what a battle. Well played to those boys indeed. I think it was harsh on either one of them tonight to miss out, but Joe Burns has done it. Good on him.
So great race
drive.
between the two.
Great drive from Bottle.
Yeah, driver
Yeah,
of the day
brilliant
for
drive.
me, considering where
Yeah,
we started.
P6.
Yeah, good recovery from him as well after his
And Cat.
yeah, and for Katami as well. There's a lot of contenders for driver of the day. Let us know in
I
the
say Bottle and
in the
Cat
stream
made 9
comments.
places that race.
Yeah, let us know in the stream comments who you would have said your driver of the day would have been, and let us know
Nexus
why.
Cats picks up the final point.
Yeah, so the 3 Nexus boys. Donzo just misses out on points, but nevertheless, a solid start to the season. Big Metzer, P12, just about edging his teammate, Goy Karp, who I'm going to put that out there and say it's one of the best races I've seen Goy have. So definite signs of
I
early
certainly think
improvement
it's going
from
to be one
Goy.
of his most enjoyable.
Just ran
Got
out
a lot
of fuel
going on
the
in that
line.
one.
Stylish.
There we go.
Yes, but quite a lot of penalties he's just done there.
Yeah. So the final classifications then, so you've got Ox takes the win with Cooper in second. Joe Burns rounds off the podium. Pagani comes home in P4, just ahead of his teammate FTRL Bottle in P5. Then we've got LR Deneen in P6 in the Racing Point. And I believe it was Katamise in P7.
We've got drive of the day. Gone for Cattle, Goy from Oven, Cat from Lee, and Goy from Napoli.
The final classifications is just carried on. So Katamise comes home in P7. Then you've got the two Nexus boys of Iceman and Aspect in P8 and 9 respectively. Nexus Cats rounds off the top 10. And then we've got Donzo in P11, Metzer in P12, Goy Carp in 13th place, Jesper in 14th, Michael C 15th, Bendel 16th, and Prototype Steph. And today, very unfortunately, in P17. But no retirements in the opening race of the season. A fantastic drive from so many of the boys, and yeah, what a way to start the F2 season.
It's really entertaining race, that one.
Certainly was. Boys, driver of the day from
that.
you. Who's your drivers of the day?
I need a minute to think. You go, Si.
Me, I'm going to give it to. I think I'm going to give it to Cat.
Yeah, I'm going to go to Bottle.
I think Cat will take a lot of confidence out of that drive.
Yeah. Will?
I think it's the sort of drive he's needed.
Yeah.
I'm going to give it to Bottle myself.
Yeah. Right.
Because he had no confidence and no quality pace, but he's done really well to get to fifth.
Definitely has. Right. So I am just going to invite in the top three. So bear with me, stream. So Ox, LR Cooper, and Joe Burns appearing offline as Joe Burns always does.
Trigger one in there.
Yeah. Right, let's give these gentlemen a chance to get in for the podium interview. Evening, mate. We'll just wait for the other two lads to join us and then we'll crack on.
That was quick.
Okay, right. All here. Very nicely done. Right, so first of all, congratulations to all three of you on the podium for the first race of the season and what was a fantastic race. Ox, I'll come to you, my old friend. What a lovely feeling to see you back on the top step of a podium. How was that race for you, mate? How good are you feeling at the moment?
I can't. Firstly, congrats to everyone up on the podium with me, and secondly, I can't stop smiling. That's how happy I am. That's how well needed and much needed that was.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, like we've obviously touched on, obviously you have dropped down to F2, you've turned off some more assists to what you're currently using, but nevertheless, you know, you're a previous top division FTRL champion all the way back in season 4, and it's been a very long time since we've had you, I think, consistently on a podium or even getting yourself a race win. So like you said, probably to a lot more than others, this probably means more to you, this race win, than what it would probably to most of the drivers out there. So how is it, like a sense of relief, or is it just, you know, what is the actual emotion at the moment?
Well, firstly, I cannot take this for granted. This feels like hard work, and obviously the dropping out some of the assists help quite a bit. But yeah, I mean, the strategy which I chose wasn't the one that I thought that would get me the win in the end, but in the end it did. And amazing, just an amazing race, amazing feeling.
Yeah, exactly. Well, just the last couple of things for you then. Obviously, your strategy itself was quite a risky one, because those soft tyres, you managed to take them a very long way.
Yeah, it laps.
Yeah, I was going to say, because LR Deneen, who was racing, I think he took the mediums 10 laps and he got a puncture on his rear left. So,
Oh my God.
yes, I mean, you must have been very, very close at some point for your tyres to go pop. Did the strategy feel like a risk, or was you kind of in control?
Yes, definitely. It was a huge risk. I acknowledged it from the start. I knew that it was this or nothing, and it just worked out. And I have to say, I did take my foot off the gas a bit for the last like 5 laps. I think I was 78% in the end. The left, right.
Nice.
Rear, right, and just
Yeah, well,
no, finesse. That's what it takes.
finessed. Here we go. Here comes that. He gets himself a win, brings out all the nice big words, and yeah, all right. I've never, in all of the years I've known you, Ox, I've never heard you use the word finessed before. So don't start all that stuff. Yeah, all right. No, on a serious note, one final question for you. Obviously, your teammate, who we're going to come to in just a second, picked up P2. So that's maximum points for you. Does that kind of fill you with confidence that you've got a solid second member to your team that you can maybe push on and really challenge this season, the two of you?
Yeah, I do. I mean, I do. Obviously, I do. And I think it was Cooper's first race in F2, and it really shows that he is ready and he is willing to be the top dog with me.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, like I said, you both put down a massive marker, and obviously a lot of people were talking about Stocky being the favourite and he's missing the first couple of races, but you've done what you've needed to do tonight, so massive congratulations to you. And can I just say on a personal note, it's so lovely to see you back at the top of the podium again, mate. I'm really, really pleased for you, so just keep that going and don't lose motivation, mate. So best of luck to you and congratulations. Right, Simon, will I let one of you boys have a chat with Cooper?
Sure, I will. So Cooper, obviously at the last minute call to get up to F2, a lot of people from, I think it was also into Nexus Cats definitely said it, mentioned you had a lot of pace this year and you've backed that up, so you must be happy with the second place.
Yes, I'm very happy with it. F3 would have been a two-man race for me and Liam, so I think F2s will be more competitive and it'll be more enjoyable, rather than just coming like second or first every race in F3. So yeah, I'm very happy with the second place in F2. Hopefully, some circuits I think I'll be stronger at. Bahrain, it's not my strongest, so hopefully I can close the gap to Oxy in some races than others. So I think it will be a close fight to the very end.
Yeah, some nice words from your teammate there. Definitely just sort of giving you a bit of praise. So you must be feeling pretty confident with the constructors title then.
Yeah, if we keep this up, it's going to be a fairly word. We'll ease into winning it. I don't know if that makes sense or not, but yeah, if we just keep it up, stay out of trouble, both of us, I think we stand a great chance of winning it.
Nice. So we've got France next week. You mentioned stronger and weaker tracks. Is France stronger or weaker?
Very strong for me. Very strong. I think about 120 in time trial, so if I can not make any mistakes, I stand a good chance, I think.
Nice. Well, well done on P2, and I look forward to seeing you in the next race.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.
Can I just say, just before you start, Si, Cooper, I just want to say a massive thank you for you for making a jump up to F2, mate. So I don't think a lot of people understand that you obviously was planning to race in F3, like Will said, but due to some unforeseen circumstances, you decided to be the one to raise the hand and say, do you know what, I'll take the punt, I'll go up. So really pleased for you, mate, and what a way to start. So good on you.
Thank you very much.
And by the way, you sound like you should probably be my neighbour, which is really, really weird. You sound like you literally live next door to me, I reckon. But no, nevertheless, mate, well done.
Thank you. See you next week.
Right, Joe Burns. Well done.
Boo! Sorry.
Don't trigger him, I've got to interview him. Now, for a man who was saying he was struggling for pace in practice, you've come out of that alright.
I have literally no idea where that came from. I don't know. I mean, the quality was massively out of the blue. Genuinely didn't expect to be up there. I mean, I knew I was quite close on pace with Pagani, but I expected him to just overtake me and disappear in the race, but it seemed to be quite close.
Yeah, it seemed like a bit of a chess match between you two. Like, Pagani was quite happy following you for the first stint, and you seemed quite happy just following him for the second stint, and then going into the last lap you went, right, this is it. Checkmate.
Yeah, last 4 or 5 laps, I was really trying to save my ERS, so he nearly crept out of the DRS, but I just managed to keep him close. Like I say, on the last lap then I just turned everything up, made the overtake into turn 1. Nice close racing through sort of 2 and 3. I just managed to get him, so yeah. Awesome ball.
Yeah, it was a good one to watch. Now, with that result, does that give you a greater sense of confidence going onto the next couple of races? Can you push on or keep this going?
I mean, obviously there's still a couple of really quick guys that I'm missing. Obviously Stocky's got to come back, so that's going to push me down another place. But if my pace can stay with Pagani, which at the moment it seems like we're quite close. Pagani's always up there every race, so hopefully I'm sort of there or thereabouts in the top sort of 6 or 7. I'd be quite happy with that this season, to be fair.
Well, it was a good drive, and I think you fully earned that podium. It was hard fought for. So, well done, and good luck for next week.
Nice one, thank you.
Yeah, just adding on to that, obviously Joe being F2 admin, God, I said Division 2 then.
Nearly.
Jesus Christ, nearly. But I didn't know, I corrected myself. At least I corrected myself. Nevertheless, F2 admin, just want to publicly say again to you and Hammer Time, amazing job as always, so thank you very much. Yeah, and brilliant result from you tonight, mate. So, right, moving on. So we have got the first competitive debut of F3 tomorrow night. That is going to be very, very exciting indeed. I'm very much looking forward to that. If the practice race was anything to go by from last week, then we should be in for a treat. Real mix of drivers, real mix of abilities, real mix of experience. It's going to be very, very exciting indeed. So I hope you can all join us for that. That's going to be live streamed by Simon and also Pagani, who we've seen racing tonight, so please come and join us for that. Nevertheless, we will be returning next week for round 2 of FTRL, and that will be at France for every single division, so I hope you can join us for that. Nevertheless, make sure you tune in tomorrow night, and we will see you all then. Thank you all very much for watching. Thank you to those that commented and stayed with us for the entire way through, and we will see you then. Cheers, bye bye.